Look at your life right now. Really look at it. You have big goals, you want to build a business, get in shape, learn a new skill, but you feel like you're stuck in mud. You blame it on being lazy or lacking motivation. You tell yourself that if you just had a bit more willpower, everything would be different. Let me be the first person to tell you, you are lying to yourself. You aren't lazy. You are just operating on a broken system. You are trying to use 21st century willpower to fight 10,000-year-old biological instincts. It's a losing battle. Welcome to the Habit Fix. We don't do motivational fluff here. We don't talk about manifesting or wishing. We talk about mechanical systems, psychological frameworks, and the brutal reality of what it takes to actually build a life you don't want to escape from. If you're here looking for an easy fix, leave now. If you're here to stop being a spectator in your own life and start being an architect, keep watching. The biggest mistake people make is believing that motivation is a prerequisite for action. I'll do it when I feel like it. That is the single most destructive thought you can have. Motivation is an emotion. And like every other emotion, joy, anger, sadness, it is fleeting. It is biological weather. When you rely on motivation, you are leaving your success up to chance. You are gambling that your brain will decide to feel productive on Tuesday morning. What happens when it doesn't? You don't do the work. The problem isn't that you lack drive, the problem is that you've built your life around a chemical surge that lasts maybe 20 minutes. Professionals don't wait for motivation. Professionals have systems. They show up when they feel like it, and they show up when they absolutely do not want to be there. Discipline is just doing the work while your brain is screaming that it would rather be anywhere else. Why does your brain fight you every time you try to do something meaningful? Because it's programmed for energy conservation. Your ancestors survived by not moving unless they absolutely had to, saving energy for hunting or escaping predators. Sitting down to do deep work or writing code for an hour? To your primal brain, that looks like a waste of energy. When you feel that friction, that sudden urge to check your notifications, that's your brain's defense mechanism. It's trying to steer you toward low-effort, high-reward stimuli. Social media, junk food, procrastination, these are all sugar for your brain. They are easy. They feel good in the moment, but they offer zero long-term growth. When you consistently choose the path of least resistance, you aren't just being lazy, you are physically strengthening the neural pathways that make procrastination your default setting. So, how do we hack this? We stop using willpower and start using environmental design. First, reduce friction. If you want to run in the morning, your clothes must be laid out the night before. If you want to work, your phone must be in another room. Your environment determines your behavior. Second, the 5-minute rule. When you're staring at a task you're avoiding, tell yourself, I will do this for 5 minutes. That's it. Often, the anxiety of starting is worse than the task itself. Third, radical accountability. Stop working in secret. Tell someone what you're going to do. Put your goals where you have to look at them. Shame is a powerful tool when you use it to keep yourself honest. Most people try to change their entire life in one day. They wake up on January 1st, decide they are going to work out for 2 hours, eat perfectly, and work 10 hours a day. By January 3rd, they quit. This is the failure of the Big Bang approach to change. You need to start with micro habits. If you want to write a book, don't aim for a chapter a day. Aim for 1 sentence. Seriously. The goal is to build the habit of showing up, not to finish the project immediately. Once the neural pathway is solidified, you can turn up the intensity. But you have to prove to your brain that you can show up consistently first. Let's talk about focus. In a world designed to steal your attention, focus is a superpower. You cannot do deep, meaningful work while your phone is buzzing. Every time you switch tasks, there is a context switching cost. It takes an average of 23 minutes to get back to a state of deep focus after an interruption. If you check your phone every 10 minutes, you are effectively working at 0% efficiency. Put your phone in a drawer. Use website blockers. Create a workspace that is exclusively for work. If your brain knows that sitting at this specific desk means work time, it will switch into focus mode much faster. This isn't just about productivity, it's about control. Every time you succumb to a distraction, you are letting the world dictate your priorities. You are being a puppet to algorithms designed by companies to keep you scrolling. Reclaim your autonomy. Choose what you pay attention to. If you don't control your environment, it will control you. Think about the people you admire. You think they are just built different. You think they have some special gene for hard work. They don't. They have just optimized their systems to the point where working hard feels like the path of least resistance. When your clothes are ready, your tasks are defined, and your distractions are removed, discipline becomes effortless. It's not about being a hero, it's about being a mechanic of your own life. Fix the system, and the results will follow automatically. Your future is not built on what you intend to do. It is built on what you actually do, today. Not tomorrow, not on Monday, not when you feel ready. Right now. If you're tired of the excuses, if you're tired of being the almost person, then hit that subscribe button. We are going to strip away the nonsense and rebuild your life, habit by habit. Your challenge for today: take the one thing you've been procrastinating on for weeks, and do it for 15 minutes. Not later. Now. Leave a comment below telling me exactly what that task is. Hold yourself to it. Let's get to work. Remember that every small decision you make builds your identity. When you choose to procrastinate, you tell yourself, I am a procrastinator. When you choose to do the hard work, you tell yourself, I am someone who gets things done. You are voting for the person you want to become with every single action. Stop voting for the person you want to escape. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is filled with thousands of tiny, boring, disciplined actions. You don't need a miracle. You need a system that survives when you don't feel like doing it. You need to build a life that doesn't rely on your mood. That is the only way to win. The time you waste on rationalizing why you can't start is more than enough time to actually finish. Stop the loop. Stop the cycle of self-betrayal. Today is the day you decide that your word to yourself matters more than your comfort. If you aren't doing the work, it means you don't want it badly enough, or you aren't willing to build the system to get it. Both are choices. Choose wisely. Your time is limited. Every second spent procrastinating is a second you are never getting back. You are dying. Every day that passes is a day closer to the end of your potential if you keep settling for less. Don't let your potential be a ghost that haunts you in your old age. Do the work. Fix the habit. Become the architect of your own reality. The habit fix is not just a name, it is your new standard of operation. Stop being a victim of your biology. Become the master of your psychology. The system is yours to design. The results are yours to claim. Start now.